Not going to tell you what it is. Let's test your identification skills, see if we can identify this bird. It's a really easy one. So, lords and ladies, please welcome Spike to the show. Give him a big welcome. Now, this type of bird is very valuable to the environment because they help to keep a balance in nature of the things they eat. They eat things like rabbits, rats, squirrel, mice, rattlesnakes, snakes in general is also a big part of their diet. Now, speaking of things that he might eat, would you in fact like to see him do a little bit of hunting for us here today?
Yes!
Really? Are we certain about that?
Yeah!
Okay, well, you're in luck, lords and ladies. It's a really short walk right down to the petting zoo, so follow us down this road.
Petting zoo!
You're
It's
a
right down this
bloodthirsty
way.
lot, you know that?
Right?
Not as much as my wife, but you're getting there. Love, we're going to do a simulated hunt. We're going to see if we can get him to attack a leather lure he's trained to attack, much the same as he would attack prey out in the wild. We're going to pretend, however, that it is in fact his favorite food. We'll just say it's fluffy and hops across the ground, all right? Here we go. So, he is very out of position at the moment. So we're going to see if we can maybe get him to go back where he needs to be. And that's because he had to go into the wind instead of go with it. Otherwise, he would have ended up down the lane. So let's hope we can get him over here. Hup, hup, hup. Up top. Well, apparently that's not going to be a thing. He tried really hard though, didn't he? Okay, let's go ahead and do it from there because we might just have that trouble again. That's all right, we'll do it. All right, that's a heavy leash. Okay, here we go. So what we want to show you is what it looks like when this type of bird, when prey appears below it and what happens when they see it. So here we go. Up, up. Nothing happens. That's exactly what. He's watching it like a hawk. Actually, that was pretty good right there. Nicely done, Spike. He killed his prey and now he's recovering it. There you go. Now, he will protect this just as though he's captured real prey, and a bird this size has around 250 pounds of pressure per square inch of gripping power in those talons. When they grab a hold of their prey, those feet will lock down into place until they've relaxed enough to let it go, typically once that prey is dispatched. There we go. Up here. And he did a wonderful job. Now, the reason that Spike here is in captivity with us is because, unfortunately, the black vulture. Give him a big welcome. Now, this type of bird is vital to the environment because they help to clean it up of all the dead and decaying animals that would otherwise spread disease throughout the land. They're vital for that purpose because they're very tolerant and even immune to a lot of diseases. For instance, he could completely consume an entire bowl of anthrax and not even be affected by that. They are really well suited for their job. Now, they're also considered to be very intelligent. It's thought they may have the intelligence about equivalent to a 3-year-old child. We're going to test his intelligence here today and show you that birds can in fact see in color. Now, to do that, his job is to choose the same colored egg that Lady Shannon picks out of a basket over here. What's it going to be? All right, you're going to find yellow today, all right? Find it. And there you go, you found it. Once again, if you have any food, hide it really well. Completely, let her know. Cover her food, all right? Right now. Cover her food. All right. Now, if you throw it in the air, he's coming for it. Come on over here. There you go. Now, if you're wondering if the smell of the meat played a factor in him finding the right color, the answer is no. There's an old myth, a wives' tale, that says if you were to find a baby bird, not to touch it, because the parents would smell you and not take care of it. Has anybody heard that before?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's just an old myth. Most birds do not have a developed sense of smell. There's one notable exception to that rule here in this country, and that is the turkey vulture with the red head. They have a fantastic sense of smell, and they can smell prey. Stay up here. Stay up here. They can smell prey items for about 2 miles away. Well, he's done a great job. Let's send him back inside. Say goodbye to Igor, the black vulture of death. I don't know what he said, but I can tell you it was some really foul language. All right, good job. Now this one has between 600 and 800 pounds of gripping power in those feet. They eat rabbits, rats, squirrel, mice, snakes, and you can add foxes to the list of their wild diet as well. They are extremely powerful hunters. Now that being said, just by looking at this bird, anybody care to take a guess? How much would you estimate he might weigh? Shout it out, what do you think? 1,000 pounds, 3 pounds, 70, 40, 4, 2, 7, 8, $1. What? How much? 2 pounds? 200, I'm sorry. 1 million pounds. He weighs just 5 pounds. You have to remember that birds have hollow bones to allow them to fly. The difference is in the language. In Europe and Africa, where these birds are found, hawks are actually named buzzards, whereas here in the States, vultures are sometimes called buzzards. The difference is, there's not actually an animal here in this country that's named a buzzard like this one is. Now, I'm going to try and have him catch this upside down in the air, and then we'll talk about it. Hup, 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 hup. Now, the reason we wanted to share that with you is because this bird does a behavior in the wild that is called kleptoparasitism. Does not mean he steals parrots. It means they steal food from other animals, particularly other birds of prey. He's got a really short tail that allows him to be acrobatic when he flies. He has the ability with that tail to flip upside down to steal food away from other birds while they're flying off with their prey. Well, now that he's caught it, here comes the fun part. Getting it back. He's one of our more aggressive birds, and he generally does not like to give that back. So, we're going to enlist my lovely wife, Lady Shannon, to go steal it back from him. All she needs is some encouragement, lords and ladies.
You can do it!
Give it to her. Whew. Got out of that one.
He's like,
Mine. Good luck. Oh, look at that look right there. If looks could kill.
I almost died just then.
She said, I almost died just then. She's not wrong. All right, she got it. Give her a big hand. And there we go. Now, we've had him since he was 2 months old. He's now 25 years old. And just recently he did something we'd never expected him to do. Ow. He laid 2 eggs. All right, right up here. She did a great job. Home up, say goodbye to Orion. As it were, coming at you. All right, here we go. Lords and ladies, please welcome Ray, the king vulture from South America.
Wow.
All right, stay seated. Here we go. Hup, hup. He's making sure the wind is just right. Hup. Stay. Best trainer ever. Now this type of bird was once revered by the ancient Mayans. They believed it to be the messenger between their kings and their gods. They called them king's birds. Today we call them the king vulture. Now those of you on the duck, here we go. Hup, hup, duck. Nicely done. Now consequently, 35 years later, he still has that stuck in his head. He thinks if the guys get close to him, he's going to get grabbed and held, so he's always on guard around us, which makes it particularly dangerous for Lady Shannon. All right, you want to go ahead and send him in? All right. Say goodbye to Ray, everybody. Home.